Well, here we are. Usually this type of speech begins with a few lines of a poem, some visual Robert Frost bit about a certain number of trails and a strangely colored foliage, but I'm going to avoid doing so because, let's be honest, that's just a little too cliche. Graduates, those 4 years ago when we stared down our divergent roads in a lemon-colored wood, we all had many different choices of paths to take. We hemmed and hawed and tried to choose which path would be right for us. All of us came here to UMR and met the chancellor, and for many of us, that's what sold us. We spent the past 4 years working hard for this. We cut our teeth through daily A&P quizzes, through the Gen Chem homework, and the dreaded A&P Bone Practical. As first-year students, we woke up every morning and trekked the unforgiving 3 blocks through sheltered skyways to campus. As sophomores, many of us moved off campus and actually had to face the harsh Minnesotan winters. As juniors and seniors, some of us moved away, some of us spent more time off campus, and some of us just couldn't tear ourselves away from Salad Brothers for lunch. A lot has changed in these 4 years. Formal Fridays are a little bit less formal. Sweatpants are seen more frequently and more people are seen with coffee. One thing has remained the same, though. We've all kept that motivation, that driving initiative within each of us to innovate and create the best Spanish video yet. Some of us have grown taller. Some sleeves have grown longer. All of us have grown wiser, but all of us have kept that motivation. And we find ourselves at yet another crossroads. And many of us will take divergent paths, and many of us will not take the same path as we have for the past 4 years. But we should take a moment to reflect and remember not the grief, but our shared memories and those who brought us here today. Many of us are thankful for our families, who supported us through childhood and put up with us when we hit adolescence. Many of us are thankful for the chancellor, whose inspiring speech brought many of us here today. Many of us are thankful for our student success coaches, who forced us to consider our futures and our careers. But all of us are thankful for our faculty. And faculty, yes, there have been times when we were upset at you, when you put ambiguity into all of the assignments. The epitome of this was the famous capstone. We raged, we threw fits, and we pulled out our hair. But we eventually realized that no, this wasn't to annoy us. This ambiguity wasn't there for that. This ambiguity was there to challenge us, to force us to grow as human beings. We all eventually realized this and grew to accept the challenge, and that is why we are all here today. Thank you, families, friends, and all of UMR for what you've done along this way. Graduates, if you think the ambiguity was bad, get ready. We will face a lot more ambiguity in the years to come. We may find ourselves at crossroads where there are no clear paths. There are no well-worn trails to tell us where to go or signs to point us in the right direction. But if we made it through the ambiguity here at UMR, I know we will have the motivation and confidence to forge ahead. That motivation shall be our compass that leads us down the correct path, or an interesting path. In a few minutes, we soon-to-be graduates will meander our way across the stage here and lose the soon-to-be and become simply graduates. Did I say simply graduates? I didn't mean simply graduates. We will never be simply graduates or just graduates. We will always be UMR graduates. And walking across the stage to become UMR graduates, we will start the next leg of our journey. And I dare to say this will be the most exciting and rewarding stage of our journey. Many of us will be given the opportunity, or have already been given the opportunity, to dive into our communities and truly make a difference. For some of us, this might mean leaving the city, leaving the state, or even the country. But I know that we will take the motivation that brought us along these 4 years together and bring it with us to overcome any obstacles that life may throw at us. Because if we can justify to the CLI faculty spending a year doing whatever our heart desires, we can do anything that life may throw at us. So let us take our experiences here, learn from them, grow from them, and carry them with us for fortitude in the years to come. When we tell the story of our journey here at UMR somewhere ages and ages hence, I do not think that we shall tell it with a sigh. Because 4 years ago, when two roads diverged in a golden wood, our motivation caused us to take the road less traveled by. It was our motivation that kept us traveling down the road when the road was difficult to traverse. And that has made all the difference. Class of 2015, congratulations.